Welcome to the Manifesting Millions podcast, where we talk about manifestation, money, and practical guidance to creating your dream reality. My name is Amy Van Meel, and I am an experienced coach and transformation guide, obsessed with helping you get out of your own way and create a life that blows your mind each day you wake up. My goal in this podcast is to share practical manifestation, self-awareness, and growth techniques in real talk conversations. So if you're ready to massively transform your reality, your finances, your relationships, and your overall enjoyment of life, you are in the right place. I am absolutely delighted that you're here with me today, babe. Let's get into it. Hello, my love, and welcome back to this special little sneak episode for you, where today I want to talk about a four-letter word that I pretty much never use. Now, if you've been listening to the podcast at all for like a while, you will know that one of my favorite words in the world is the word fuck. I love it. It's so useful. It's so flexible. It has this like delicious crispness as it rolls off my tongue. It can be uttered in like every single situation, from joy, we're like, yeah, fuck yeah, to like despair, we're like, oh, fuck, what am I going to do now? And as someone who's loosely studied language, okay, I've never like really focused in on studying language, but I've loosely studied language, and I definitely love a good etymology dive, right? What's the history? What's the structure of this word? I'm truly fascinated by the meanings and the limits that we put on words. It always fascinates me. Why fuck is considered to be so crass and improper and unladylike, but fudge is like safe even for our littlest humans. Ask me sometime how I speak in front of my nieces and nephews, because I'm definitely for sure that aunt, right? But there is a four-letter word that I almost never use. And it's a really powerful one. It's actually one that everyone is familiar with. And interestingly, it's a word that can like instantly strike fear and worry in the heart of even the most successful entrepreneur or the most ballsy leader. And I'm going to tell you about the word in a minute, but I'm very curious. Now, I know you can't like respond to me on the podcast, but I would love, like, if you want, press pause, head on over to the gram and like drop into my DMs. I'm very curious to know what feels normal to you when it comes to money. All right? In your experience with money and your thoughts of money, what feels normal to you? What feels like, yeah, this is pretty typical for me. In fact, my whole family is the same, feels the same, experiences the same. Like this is just how our family does things. This is normal for us. You see, from the moment that we were sparked into life in our mummy's womb, right, in our little mummy's tummies, we actually began acclimating to the normal that our family believed in. So if our family believed in eating a 3-course meal every night for dinner, like mine did, that was normal to us. If our family believed that we had to work really hard for money, that was normal to us. If our family believed, no matter what, that there would never be enough, well, then never enough became normal to us. There are experiences with money that we've learned are normal. And they don't have to be normal for everyone else in order to be normal for you. In fact, I was walking down the street on like this beautiful sunny day. It was gorgeous. Was listening to something on my headphones. I don't remember what I was listening to. I was just like enjoying the warmth of the sun on my skin and the way my body moved with ease. And it was just like such a juicy, wonderful moment. And then all of a sudden, as if I was struck by lightning out of the clear blue sky, I had this deeply powerful awareness come over me. Debt was normal to me. All I had ever known was debt, from the moment I sparked to life to the moment right there on that sidewalk. Now, I'd been trying to get out of debt for years. I'd been doing the courses, been listening to the experts, was trying to align with the energy of money, all the while having the goal, get out of debt. Now, I want to be clear on something, babe. Like, I will say fuck all day long. But the word that you won't hear me say, the 4-letter word that I almost never say, is debt. Debt is a 4-letter word to me, dripping in black sludge, loaded with emotional imagery. And I want to be clear, I'm not bypassing what exists in my experience by ignoring it. I'm not running around like, oh, I'm so rich, I'm so wealthy, this debt doesn't exist. Because that is not the way to creating financial freedom, to creating actual wealth, to breaking up with broke. That's not how you do it. But I learned a much better way to describe what was happening, what was actually like a better description of the experience that I was engaged with. And this much better way of describing it helped me hold the power in my hands, even as I figured out how to manage my financial resources. I'm so fascinated. Like, why is it that we clutch our proverbial pearls when someone in the room says fuck, but we nod our heads sagely, like, oh, yeah, I totally get it, when someone talks about debt? And here's something that you may not have considered before, but have you ever considered that learning about money from the finance bros, from someone who was a multimillionaire before they were 30, may be actually causing you to feel more shame and therefore keeping you broke, keeping you financially strapped, keeping you in an energy of frustration, which is causing more struggle. There is such shame in debt. Trust me. I mean, I know just how much the experts love to pile onto us about this. And I used to doubt so hard that I could help anyone in their relationship with money because I was like, who am I to do any of this? Until I realized it was actually my exact experience with it that was so powerful. You don't need me to tell you that wealth is possible. You already know it's possible. You need to know how to disconnect from your current normal in a way that is safe and sustainable. I mean, you can practice aligning with money all day long, but until you shift a few core elements in your normal day, it's gonna be like trying to feel the sunshine while you're standing in the laundry room, right? The one that's in the basement that doesn't have a window in it. The trick to breaking up with broke isn't that you completely become a different person overnight. Okay? That's not how this happens. The trick is actually simple shifts steadily over time. It's things like updating your language, so no more debt in the vocabulary. It's things like introducing new ideas that gently overwrite the old ones. It's normalizing upgraded perspectives using tools and techniques that are scientifically proven to work so that you naturally alter your reality. I want you to understand that debt might feel normal to you now, but it doesn't have to stay that way. And it doesn't have to be hard to get out of debt either, or said in a much better way, to move into wealth. One of my special skills, you may not know this, but I've talked about this in the podcast a couple of times, I think. One of my most powerful special skills is making complex things simple. So I've gone ahead, I've done the learning, the research, the testing for you. I've tried the complex systems. I've tried the intricate processes. I know what works and what doesn't. And let me tell you right now, so much of what's out there does not work for us. And I've simplified all of this learning for you so that you don't have to do the hard work, you do the simple work. Because there's one thing that I believe to be very, very deeply true, and that is simple always wins. It's the guiding principle for all my programs. It's the guiding principle for how I structure my days. Break Up with Broke is anchored in that truth. Simple shifts steadily over time creates massive changes steadily over time. There's a few elements at play here, and it's really simple. It's literally as easy as pressing play. I promise you it's easy, okay? Like you can, if you can listen to this podcast right now, you can absolutely follow these steps. It's a fresh audio 5 days a week for 5 weeks, okay? You press play once per day. You allow the ideas and the information to flow into your ears, and you play with what intrigues you. And I promise you, as long as you remain open and willing to see things differently, you will change your reality. Because as debt releases, wealth begins to grow. As shame disengages, curiosity begins to expand. And you move quietly into a new normal, softly over time, until your normal is being well resourced, feeling happy as you pay bills. And then all of a sudden one day you're going to realize that, like, oh my God, that old normal where like I just was like panicked and stressed and worried all the time, that feels like the pants you used to wear in junior high, right? Like they're tight, they're out of date, they're not at all who you are anymore. And you're like, why did I even think that that was a good idea? It's so simple to make the change, and it will nicely and beautifully and steadily unfold for you over time. And that's the key. That's the critical factor to actually create the change. It's not just, here's a free download, answer these 4 questions and we're done. It is steadily over time, simple changes that make such beautiful, powerful, massive shifts over time. The link to join is in the show notes for you, my love. And I would love to hear, like I said earlier, pop out over into my Instagram. If I would be very curious to hear from you. What is the normal that you feel when it comes to money? What's the thing that you're like, this is just this regular old, regularly scheduled programming in the life of me? And in the meantime, grab the link below, come join me inside the Breakup with Broke audio journey, and let's shift that shit for you.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. If you loved what you heard today, be sure to share it with me by leaving a review on your favorite podcast platform and help me reach more like-minded people who are ready to expand their life. If you haven't yet followed me on social media, find me on Instagram for extra love and inspiration by following @AmyVanMeal or visit my website at amyvanmeal.com. I love you so much, babe, and I am damn proud of you. I am already excited to connect in the next episode. And in the meantime, believe in yourself with the confidence of a 5-year-old.